Well, hello again, everyone. Welcome to science class in my basement. And we're going to go ahead and get started continuing with talking about the characteristics of life. We left off, we talked about really the first two characteristics. All living things are made of cells, and living things need energy. They need energy to be able to complete chemical reactions, and kind of what the word we use for that, all the chemical reactions in an organism we say is metabolism. So it's just everything your body does to stay alive, whether it's your brain thinking, your heart pumping, and it needs energy. So living things are made of cells, and living things require energy. The second thing is, well, one of the things that living things do with this energy is they respond to their environment. So if we mentioned, I am the only one here. I mentioned that if you're cold, you start to shiver. If you're hot, you start to sweat. And your body, what it's trying to do is it's trying to maintain homeostasis. Other living things do this too. So not just people or like mammals, but think about a tree. Think about the trees here in Rochester. What do they do? What do they do in the wintertime? Well, it gets colder, and the length of daytime gets shorter, and the leaves respond to that. The tree responds to that, and the leaves fall off because otherwise during the winter, the air is actually very dry, and all of the, there would be a lot of water loss through those leaves, and the trees would actually get dehydrated. Now, unlike humans, right? Humans think, ooh, I'm cold. They think it, right? Then they put on a coat or something, and they're like, oh, I'm so cold. But, you know, trees aren't thinking. They're just responding using chemical stimuli and hormones. Chemical stimuli is not quite the word I mean. So with people especially, think about food. Here's a good example. Like your body says, I'm full, I don't need any food. Then it says, I'm hungry, I need food. And then you eat food, and then you say, oh, I don't need food. And then right? You don't just eat food once in your life and say, I never need it again. So we call this kind of back and forth nature of things. We call it dynamic equilibrium. So it means dynamic means that there's change. Equal, right? Equilibrium means that things are equal. So it's kind of this back and forth, trying to stay equal. It's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And that's what I'm trying to show you here with this body temperature little line here, that it goes up and down, up and down, up and down. So if you took your body temperature today, like every single hour of the day, you would discover that it's not always exactly whatever they say it is now, 97.5 or 98.6. You're going to find that it goes up and down. It could get as high as 99, right? You're working really hard, you're running. And so living things need to be able to respond. Characteristic number four is that living things grow. I think this one, you guys kind of get the idea, but one of the things to think about is living things grow at a cellular level. So all of us began as one cell, wild and crazy, and now you are many, 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 I believe it's trillions of cells, I could be wrong, but a lot of cells, right? And so living things are able to increase, and well, if you're building bigger, you need something to like actually build with, right? Like if you're going to build a house, well, you're going to need something to build that house out of. If you're going to build a school, you need materials to build that school out of. If you are going to build a human, you need materials to build that human out of. So we find that living things, we call it synthesis. They're made out of smaller pieces that are put together to make bigger pieces. And this is really where we get a strong connection here to chemistry. We have these building blocks, this idea that we're made out of materials like carbohydrates, proteins, lipids, nucleic acids. But all of those are actually made out of small little pieces too. And so we take, so little pieces are added together to make slightly bigger pieces, and then the cells are actually able to build a cell or something. All right, let's just hit number 5. Living things need food or some source of nutrition. And we'll talk about that when we pick up. You can think about what is it that plants do? Like, how do plants get food, right? So you can kind of think about that because it's a little bit different than us. They don't eat hamburgers. All right, see you guys later. Bye.